Hey everyone, Sarah here. Okay, we are on day 3 of our Healthier Habits by Halloween. This is part 1 of a 3-part series, and we're talking about inner peace. Today's day 3, so we're kind of wrapping it all up. So far, we have been talking about the power of yet. Whenever you think of something that you want to achieve, that you want to do, don't limit yourself and say that you haven't done it yet. The power of yet, right? And then also yesterday we were talking about cleaning out the junk, like cleaning out the closet. If you have these negative self-limiting beliefs, write it down on paper, tear it up, throw it away, burn it, whatever you need to do, but get it out of your head and discard it because it's doing you no good. It's holding you back. And then today, we're going to talk about claiming the things that you want. What are the things you want more of in your life? It's super, and it doesn't have to be crazy. You want to travel more, you want to make $1 million. It can just be that you want more happiness, that you want to cook in the kitchen more frequently. It can be super simple things. But we're going to get it down on paper today. So print out your workbook. It's like page 7 or something of the workbook, but you'll see it. It's super, super easy to find. And we're going to do this together really quickly because I just want to show you my process on how I put everything down on paper for some of the things that I want to achieve. So, for example, and after we get these down on paper, I'm going to actually rate them on like 1 being, I'm not really sure that I can have this thing. It might take me a few years, and 10 being like, I can do this tomorrow or in the next 2 hours. Do you know what I mean? So that's how we're going to kind of rate this. So, what do you want? What do you want more of? Ask yourself these questions and don't necessarily look at it through the lens of anybody else, even your family. Like, what do you want more of for yourself? Some of the things you want could be for your family, but try to really look through the lens of for yourself. Okay. So, some of the things that I have written down that I want more of: family time, right? I have a super small family. Adam and I don't have any kids, but we really, really enjoy spending time together. I want more of that. So that's really important to me. My health, very important to me. If you've been following my journey in any capacity, you know that health and wellness is a huge, huge thing for me. And I found a lot of helpful tools too for that. Money. It's okay to want more money. I am really good at spending money. So therefore, I need more money, right? I want more of that in my life. And money is simply just energetics, right? Like, you put it out in the world that you want something, you want more of something, even if it's money, it's going to come back to you. Let's see, what else? This one's a big one. Speak on stage. Oh my gosh, how scary would that be? I'm talking to you here on this Facebook Live, but speaking on stage, like, how freaking cool would that be? Now, that's not necessarily going to get rated a 10 because it's not going to happen tomorrow, but maybe it could be like a 3 because in the next couple years, I think I can do that for myself. So these are just some examples, big and small, right? Travel the world. Now, I say travel the world because I don't want to go to just one place. I want to go to a lot of places, and I absolutely love to travel. Drop in the comments below, like, raise your hand if you would love to get paid to like just travel and eat around the world, because that sounds like the dream job to me, right? I want more of that. Let's see. Happiness. This one is kind of easy for me to come by because I tend to choose happiness quite naturally. I don't know if it's just sort of my nature, or honestly, it's a lot easier since I've been working on my mindset that I can choose happiness and I can sort of see the positive side of things. Doing a lot of self-reflection has gotten me into that mindset of, strong, positive mind. Love. Everybody wants more love, right? Everybody needs more love. Not only giving it, but receiving it. So it is on my list. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Investment properties. This is a really big goal for me and Adam. We are very passionate about putting our money in places that makes really good sense and having it returned to us. Real estate is a fantastic way to do that. And as of right now, we don't necessarily have the liquid assets that we had before. And so a big goal for us is to make more money so we can have more investment properties, to make more money, to be able to travel the world, right? You see how it's all connected. So having one goal sometimes means you have 5 other goals that are going to help you get there. It's all connected. It's all linked. Let's see. Yeah, this is my list. So now I'm going to rate these. I'm going to rate these between 1 and 10, 1 being, I don't really think this is going to happen in the next 5 years, but I'm going to work on it. And 10 being, I can have this in 2 hours tomorrow. Like, no problem. It's already on its way to me, right? So family time, 10, absolutely. I can make that happen today. All you have to do is intentionally create the time. Health, that's a 10 for me because I am making daily actions that are keeping my health at the forefront of my mind, keeping it very important to me, and I'm not going to lose that. I never, ever again am going to go back to the poor health that I had 2 years ago. I dropped the 45 pounds. I feel the healthiest I've ever been in my entire life, and I'm never going back. So health, that's a 10 for me. Money, this one's kind of in flux, right? I feel like money is an 8 because it's something I know I can attain. You have to work for it constantly, though, whether that be in your corporate job, that you're showing up every day, whether you're an entrepreneur and you're building your own business online or like a brick and mortar, you have to show up every day, right? You can't treat it like a hobby. Otherwise, you're going to get paid like a hobby. So it's really important to just keep it on the forefront of your mind. Doesn't mean you have to be money centered and that everything you do is around money, but knowing that having money gets you other things. Like I said before, it's all linked. Speaking on stage. Okay, this one I'm thinking is like a 4. I think this is a 4. And the reason I think it's a 4 instead of maybe a 1, 2, or 3 is because I have been taking actions for the last 6 months or so that have connected me to a lot of really fantastic people, some entrepreneurs that are changing the game when it comes to building a business on social media. And the fact that I am now in that circle of people means that what they are doing and what they are achieving, I can also do. So that's a 4. Check back with me in like 6 months. It might grow to like a 6. We'll see. Travel the world. For me, this is like a 5. This one's really hard for me because if I'm not traveling for work and I'm strictly just doing it for leisure, I do not make it a priority. I know that about myself and I need to change that. So a goal I have in 2023 is that Adam and I are going to book a trip to Alaska. I'm putting it out there in the world. We have been talking about this for years, but unfortunately in 2020, when the whole world kind of went sideways, that was our prime opportunity to go. And then everything went crazy and we didn't go, obviously. And we still haven't gone, and it's 2 years later. So 2023 is our year. We will be going to Alaska. And drop in the comments, have you ever been to Alaska? Tell me all the things. What's a place that you want to travel to? What's on your bucket list, right? Share it. Let's talk about it. Because maybe somebody in this group has been there, and there you go. You're that much closer to taking that trip because you're connected with somebody who has. Happiness. All right, this is a 10, y'all. Absolutely a 10. I don't wake up with like rainbows and glitter over my head every single day. I have hard days. We all do. But choosing happiness, knowing that happiness is achievable for you, that's where sort of the magic comes into play, because how you react to situations, that is 100% of like what you're going to get back. You know what I mean? Love. This is a 10. I love love. That's just, I don't know. I have such a big heart. And when it comes to being around the people that I care about, it is absolutely super, super important for me. So love is a 10. I achieve it every single day in one form or another. And just so you guys know, like love does not always mean intimacy on that level, right? Like having a really, really close, loving relationship with your spouse doesn't always mean physical. Having that really emotional and sort of mutually beneficial connection with another, that's really powerful. Investment properties. Okay, this one is a little bit like money. It's like super possible, but there's things in place that you have to do to get there. So for investment properties, I'm going to say this is a 7, because I do think in the next like 3 years that we're going to be able to have a couple different investment properties. I've been kind of vision boarding about it, and I would love to have one in Colorado. I would love to have one on the beach. Granted, these are both places that Adam and I want to live. So it may start out that we live and then have an investment property elsewhere and then swap, because everybody loves a good change of seasons, change of scenery, right? So these are what I want more of. And I'm going to get it because I'm claiming it. I'm putting it out there in the world. Now, the rating system that I've suggested to you, this is for a specific purpose, because I want you to be able to focus on the things that you know you can make happen. Sometimes whenever we put down a list of, a vision board or things that we really want, we can get frustrated because some of those things, like if you write down make $1 million, well, that's not going to happen tomorrow. It's very unlikely. But it doesn't mean it's not going to happen for you. So sometimes rating these things and then really centraling your focus around things that you know you can make happen in your near future, having that satisfaction and the gratification of getting it done will propel you forward to keep pushing towards those really, really big goals that feel like they're a little out of reach sometimes. So what I want you to do is focus on anything that you rated 7 and above. So for like the next 90 days, anything you rated 7 and above, I want you to focus on, and I want you to game plan. Like, how am I going to make this happen for myself? What are the actions I need to do to get there? So for example, if I want more investment properties, that's a 7 for me. Then I need more money, which is an 8. Well, that also means that I need to focus on building my business, becoming the best entrepreneur that I possibly can, and helping and serving all of you in the best possible way. All of this is linked, all of the things you want. So anyways, this is the day 3 homework. Okay. So print out the workbook, drop workbook in the comments if you don't have a copy of it yet, and I will get it to you. And like I said, this is part 3 of a 3-part series. So we're going to wrap up inner peace. And then next week, we're going to get into a little more of the nitty gritty around how we're consuming foods. We're talking about how to eat carbs, y'all. Have you ever been told that you are not allowed to eat carbs, that carbs are the enemy, that you're not losing weight because you're eating carbs? You might be eating the wrong carbs, let's be honest, but carbs are not the enemy. So next week, we're talking about how to eat carbs. I'm going to be sharing a recipe with you guys. We're going to be sifting through our pantries and identifying stuff. It's going to be more hands-on. Not that this week hasn't been hands-on, but a lot of this week, right, it was focused on the mind, the mindset, and getting that right. If you want to be successful in anything, you 100% have to have a strong, positive mindset, knowing that you can do it. gaining that clarity, having that self-reflection. It's not easy work, but it is so worth it. So again, grab your workbook, print it, drop workbook in the comments if you don't have a copy yet. And then next week, I've got a whole new workbook full of stuff when it comes to how to eat carbs. So be sure to tune in on October 17th. Happens to be my birthday as well. And I look forward to seeing you guys there. This has been so, so rewarding to be able to come on and share with all of you some of the work that I've been doing to build some inner peace in order to have outward confidence.